girls used to tease me a lot. Fluttershy, Fluttershy, Fluttershy can hardly fly, Fluttershy.
Ever felt like people were laughing at you, teasing you when you were at school? I know I've been there. It's hard, and it still has an impact on me today, and no doubt it still has an impact on everyone who had that in their life. And I've never really known how to handle it, until Fluttershy came into my life. Hey guys, and welcome to TC Reviews TV. TC TV. Anyway, I thought it was about time to review a My Little Pony episode. So much controversy and dislike for the fans surround the show daily, but being a huge fan myself, I know that we're not all about sexualizing multicoloured ponies. A lot of the episodes in all of the series hit home for me, and I know it hits home for a lot of other fans I know. It does so in similar scenarios that you've been in similar scenarios to what you see on the screen, to something that you've never actually been involved in, and that's why I love it. I know the logical thing would be to review from the beginning, but I'm not logical, let's face it. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll understand how unlogical I can be at times. So I chose to review an episode that I believe made a huge difference in my life, Hurricane Fluttershy. This episode is about the Pegasus ponies, best pony race by the way, having to lift water up to Cloudsdale to help create rain throughout Equestria. Rainbow Dash is in charge of gathering all the Pegasi to train them up and get them ready to lift some water through tornado power. She needs all the help she can get, so when adorable Fluttershy says she doesn't want to do it, it means Rainbow is down by one pony. We've all been there, faking illnesses to get out of doing something that we don't really want to do. But, and this is why I love Rainbow Dash so much, is instead of forcing her to do something, she actually just asks why she doesn't want to do it in the first place. It comes to light that she was teased when she was a filly, that she couldn't fly very well. Well, to me, that's enough to put anyone off. Bullying and low self-esteem is this episode's main focus, which I love, since I don't have much self-esteem either. Even though Rainbow Dash is my favourite pony, I'm not most like her. Fluttershy is more like me. So when I saw the themes in this one, I sat up and paid more attention to the lessons it was going to teach me. Now, Fluttershy being a good friend, she agrees to helping out the tornado and goes to training, much to Rainbow Dash's delight. And RD truly needs her, but she still highly values her friend being there. At training, it had a nice bit of comedy in it, Twilight being sciencey as always, and the other ponies just being like, yeah, what? It made me giggle. But this scene is all about Fluttershy seeing how amazing everyone already is at flying and comparing herself to them very harshly. And I think everybody has been through that at one point of their life, self-criticism. But the one section I adored was Fluttershy seeing all of the eyes watching her, because even though some of you guys might not know what anxiety feels like, that's exactly it. Feeling like everyone around you is watching and judging every single thing you do. It was a nice piece of animation that really summed up anxiety, and not a lot of TV programmes do this effectively, so it was a nice change. It's leading the way into future kids' TV shows and for adults to watch, nothing wrong with that. So it shows people that these things exist and you can fight it and cope with it.
You aren't gonna go quit just because of that, are you? Yes! But I need you!
Not ashamed to say I did get a bit emotional at this bit. Why? Because again, so many people will say, oh, don't give up, that's a pathetic excuse to give up for. But if it truly hurts you, you are going to want to give up. The whole story so far is beautifully written, and to have these themes and topics in a show targeted at younger children, it's amazing. It's like Legend of Korra. It already has a nice mix of comedy in, with the seriousness of Fluttershy's confidence and anxiety. But she does teach us to push ourselves, and she's lucky she has her animal friends to support her. It would have been nice for her to push herself on her own, but when you're down and upset, you do need someone just to give you that little push sometimes. Now the intense training sequence, that was fantastic. Little comedic, awesome music, and showed that Fluttershy can be one tough cookie when she pushes herself. The heartbreaking thing is that she doesn't see the huge improvement she has given herself from that. Her wing power is still, it doesn't reach near the 5 mark. And it does hurt when you think you have worked so hard to only improve slightly. Art is a good comparison for this. When I draw, I compare myself to a lot of other artists that I admire. So when I think I've worked extremely hard on one piece, so take this one for example, when I saw someone I look up to draw the exact same thing, my heart just dropped. I think I suck when I've actually proved a lot. But what Fluttershy should have been shown was what she was like years ago. I mean, look at what I drew freehand around about a year and a half ago compared to something that I drew just a few weeks ago. There's a huge improvement, and I think if Fluttershy saw this in her own situation, she would have appreciated her effort more. She has the potential to be a really good flyer, and is a good flyer. She was just not comparing the right time periods. Going to the end, Rainbow Dash is in the midst of her idol. No pressure, Rainbow Dash. Ready to send the water to Cloudsdale. They fail once and try again. Now this bit coming up, to me, was the biggest lesson I have learnt since watching My Little Pony.
Do it for Equestria! Do it for Rainbow Dash! Do it for yourself!
Do it for yourself. Don't be improving for other people. It's all about you. Fluttershy helps in a huge way. Yeah, they didn't break the record, but so what? They safely got the water to where it needed to be, and even though you think you don't contribute much, it could make all the difference. Now when I roleplay or I talk to my friends or even at work, sometimes I feel like I don't matter. So I just sit for a minute and think about what that moment when Fluttershy saw how much she could do for herself if she just had that little bit of confidence. Cheesy, I know, and I'm not keen on too much cheese, but it is true. For the target audience, this lesson is a great one. Teaching kids to be confident in themselves is something that not many kids have nowadays, and adults in a way because of their childhood. I get friendly competition is good, but I think at times we all need that assurance that our contribution is appreciated. I love this episode, if you haven't already guessed, but a review is a review. There's always something I have to dislike in my opinion. And for this episode, it's when Rainbow Dash is told not to do another attempt by Twilight. I'm not disagreeing with Twilight in the slightest. I'm fully agreeing with her. If they failed again, someone could have been seriously hurt. And yes, I know, it is just a cartoon, but it's true. But Rainbow being Rainbow, and there has to be a story at the end of the day, she tries again. Health and safety today has gone a little bit crazy, but this is a tornado we're talking about. Twilight has always been the sensible one, so I agree with her. That's what I dislike about it. The rest of it, absolutely loved. Sorry. Good animation? Check. A good story? Double check. Good character development? Got that. A good lesson to learn? Yep. And that little bit of comedy in there? Also check. Yep, this episode to me was one of the best from My Little Pony. 5 stars from me. But everyone's different, so other episodes may appeal to different people, which is great. So what do you guys think? Comment below your opinions. I've been TC, I'll see y'all next week, and that's a wrap.